And in the blue corner, from Warren, Ohio, weighing 209 1/2 pounds, the veteran and hard-hitting Earnie Shavers. 10 rounds of boxing.
Earnie, of course, who had retinal surgery performed by Dr. Ron Michaels, the same type of surgery by the same surgeon as that which Sugar Ray Leonard recently underwent. Most people felt Shavers should not have come back from that surgery, and indeed he looked finished when Bernardo Mercado beat him shortly after the Lake Placid Winter Olympics in '80 at Great Gorge, New Jersey. But he is back, and he is back because he needs it, obviously. The action begins in round one. Of course, we're living by WBC rules, 10-point must-scoring system. 3 judges score. Referee, no voice in the scoring. The 3 knockdown rule is in effect. A mandatory 8 count. No standing 8 count allowed. No saving by the bell, except, of course, the 15th round, which concludes the fight. Thing to watch in Tillis is the quickness of movement. He is quick-handed, quick-footed fighter. He's only lost once, 21-1-0. With 17 KOs, the opponent's not noteworthy. Did fight for the WBA version of the crown, lost a 15-round decision to Mike Weaver. Good quick combination, a few seconds back, landed by Tillis. The right against the left side of Shavers' face, jarring Earnie a bit. Earnie stalking, great power puncher, as you know. Back in '77 in the early going in New York, he hurt the then champion Muhammad Ali. Referee in the bout is Joey Curtis. Earnie trying to work over the midsection. The 3 judges, all Nevadans. Chuck Minker, Herb Santos, he's from Reno, the others from Las Vegas, and Lou Tappett. Familiar names on the Vegas boxing scene. Earnie was covering well there against Tillis. We have less than a minute to go in round one.
Nice and clean. Nice.
Joey Curtis breaking them up, telling Earnie no hitting on the break. Interestingly, working in Jim Tillis's corner, Angelo Dundee. Quick hand scoring left and the right against Shavers by Tillis. Morning, Dundee said, "You watch Jim, he will give Shavers a boxing lesson." End of round one approaching.
Nice break. Let's get out.
The bucket.
Tillis.
We're getting behind the head.
Well, it shouldn't hit you behind if you're not in the fucking position. They are just clinching. It shouldn't hit you behind that. How are they clinching? Come on, let's go on.
We're ready for the start of round two. Jim Quick Tillis boxing neatly in round one, using the ring, lots of steady foot movement and the quick hand speed scoring as he outboxed Earnie in the first round. Now in round two, you can look for more of same. Earnie trying to pull his way in, working where he can to the midsection.
Put them together, Ernie. Put them together, Ernie.
Dundee between rounds telling Tillis, don't give him a shot. Just keep boxing. Keep your distance the way you have been. Earnie trying to pinion Tillis against the ropes.
Stay down, stay down.
Tillis's quick flashing left getting into Ernie's face. Every time the low registers in the face, I worry about the eye. People are telling Sugar Ray Leonard he must never fight again. What about a man Ernie's age, listed as 37? What about a man who's been through all of the ups and downs of life itself, not just in the ring, but outside the ring?
Let's go. Let's go. Nice. Watch your head. Watch your head. Okay, everybody.
Earnie trying to cover. Tillis trying to score points. And he is, from time to time, doing just that, scoring points. Right there, a right leg. Notice Earnie unable to get through Tillis.
Break it even. Break it even. Okay.
On top one time, Ernie. Okay. Set him up. Come on. Come with it. Come with it. Come with it, Ernie.
See the quick hands? Quick counter-punching combination by Tillis.
Even though hitting under break. Okay, even. Okay, and let's box.
Put them together, baby. Stay down.
Got to throw him, Ernie. Got to throw him.
Put them together, baby.
That's it. Bring it up now. That's it.
That's it, let's box.
Now you're working. Now you're working.
Good shot. Now you're working. Stay low. Stay low.
That's it. Now you're working.
Earnie finally connecting with a right.
Right on the butt.
That's a good shot.
Another right by Earnie scored and hurt Tillis a little. But the action has been dominated by the boxing skills of James Quick Tillis.
Stay low, baby. Push them downstairs. Stay low.
Coming now, Ernie. Wide open for you. Wide open.
Well, watch this. This was after the bell. You see that right? It scored. But that right jarred Tillis. He was groggy. He staggered to his corner. And the net result was Dundee ran over the referee, Joey Curtis. Dundee is checking his fighter, James Quick Tillis, now. But the right that staggered Tillis definitely landed after the bell. Now, what impact will that have on Tillis's maneuverability? How quick are his recuperative powers? No question, he was hurt seriously by an after-the-bell blow. The round had been won, in my view, rather easily by Tillis. Though in the final 30 seconds, Shavers connected with two rights. But then came the after-the-bell right. Look, Tillis is still. Good right by Shavers, another. He has Tillis hurt. Tillis seeking to hold on. Shavers' rights are now connecting with Tillis. That overhand looping right comes over Tillis's left now and scores. And the hurt is etched in Tillis's eyes. Look at Tillis try and hold on. So suddenly some old style Ernie Shavers punching power. Shavers looking to land the big blow. Dundee screaming, move away, move, stick to the battle plan, so carefully constructed. Don't look to get your own shots in, look to score points. That's what Dundee is telling him, and Tillis there responds. Notice on defense, Tillis is beginning to drop his hands some. You'll see both hands occasionally now down by the body. Earnie resorting to mauling and brawling now. Of course, there's always the question of stamina with Shavers. He's got to put his man away early on balance to win. His most recent fight, he's taking a point away from Shavers for hitting low. Ernie's most recent fight, a controversial second round TKO of Joe Bugman, the Britisher. We have 35 seconds left in this, the third round. And after hurting Tillis early in the round, Shavers, who looks suddenly fatigued, and it's only the third round, Shavers has been outboxed by Tillis. Right there you see Tillis scoring again.
Combination, 1, 2, 3. Put them together now, keep them sharp. Keep them sharp, baby, keep them sharp. 1, 2, 3.
Straighten up. Okay. Okay.
May I have your attention, please? Larry Clark. Larry Clark, would you meet Commissioner Sammy Macias at the northwest gate? Larry Clark, please meet Commissioner Sammy Macias at the northwest gate.
Don't wait for him to fall in on you. Nail him now, come on.
Here. I don't know this.
No.
Keep them together, man. Stay low, and dig the body. Keep your combination, pace yourself. Okay?
He's right there for you. Take a deep breath.
Keep them combinations going, that's where to get it.
Right there. Once more. There we go.
Forget the wire right here, keep together.
Throw that right hand straight in. Hit him with one time. Throw that combination with your arm.
Round 4 getting underway.
Get on, baby. Put them together.
Dundee working over his man Tillis in the corner between rounds, putting his hands up in front of his face and saying, keep that guard up, keep it up there. Keep your distance, stay out of range of Ernie's right, which has been Ernie's only real weapon thus far. Quickly, Tillis scores with his fast hands.
Overhand right, Ernie. Put them together, Ernie. Keep them together.
Looping overhand right has been Ernie's weapon. Of course, it reached maximum effectiveness when it was delivered after the bell, and Tillis was a sitting duck for it. That came after the second round bell.
More than one, put them together. Okay. All right now, quick.
Earnie stung by Tillis, just covering now against the ropes. And remember, this ring now is registered at 108 degrees. The desert heat, what impact it must have on a man Shavers' age. Earnie now throwing blows only occasionally. The head snapped by a quick right just seconds ago. Tillis has recovered from the time he was staggered. He is using his feet well. That's what Tillis must not do. Allow himself to be hauled against the ropes and not have the movement to escape Shavers' overhand right.
Put them together, sharp and snap.
Tillis working with nice effectiveness in this, the fourth round.
Keep them together and sharp. Get down. Put them together.
Left keeps getting in.
Combination.
Scored with 4 lefts in that recent Not even exchanged. Blood coming from the left nostril of Earnie Shavers now.
Bring it up there. Over that left.
So Tillis's constant left beginning to take physical effect on Shavers. 20 seconds left in round 4. A round easily dominated by James Quick Tillis. Beautifully constructed young man. Look at Shavers just in the corner, taking it, trying to cover. And then suddenly, the right, and another right, and Tillis hurt. This time it was before the bell. Tillis completely, easily dominating the round, and then suddenly, that right of Shavers, the long overhand right. Tillis staggered, and then still another right as the bell sounded. Jimmy did not go down, but he fell against the ropes. Dundee slapping Tillis in the corner. Tillis, his legs were up in front of him. Dundee slapped both knees and said, "Stretch those legs, kid, stretch them." Now they're exhorting Tillis to fight his fight and not to get careless. Saw in slow motion what Shavers did. Shavers sitting there in the corner. They patched up his left nostril. Shavers relying on that big overhand right, hoping for a knockout. He has the punching power to execute same at any time.
Stay down, baby. Stay down.
This is round 5.
Take your time. Set him up, Ernie. Come on. Use that stick.
While Ernie keeps looking for the opportunity for the right, he keeps absorbing punishment that manifested itself in the bloodied nose last round. That's been patched up for the moment at least. And Tillis keeps scoring points. Look at Tillis's foot movement there. Moving target. The other thing Dundee's been telling Tillis, keep moving. Stay on your toes and use that ring. The ring, of course, 20 by 20. Good size ring.
Come up the middle. Come up the middle. Quick, come on. Both hands.
Left. Hurt Shavers. First time. He was actually stunned by it. Seconds earlier, Shavers was mauling and brawling with Tillis. Crowd roared, but it was not at that point effective.
Okay.
The right scored. Shavers right. Earnie trying to go all over him now. Pulling him against the rope. We have a minute left in the 5th round. On the break, Shavers scored with a right. On the break, Joey Curtis warning Shavers. A point was taken away from Shavers in round 3.
Keep it together and short. Left, right, left, right. Move away, move away, move away. Move away. Use that stick.
Tillis left as Shavers came charging in. Went right into Tillis's left against the chest, which scored. Earnie desperately trying to connect with the overhand right. And just above us, along the ropes, Earnie did connect with the right, but Tillis responded.
Keep him short, Ernie. Keep him short. Keep him sharp. You work it. Stay down.
Which eye, ask Wallow if he remembers which eye had the retinal surgery.
Okay, this right here. Keep him short. Work your feet. Stay low. Stay low, you're doing good. You're crazy. Okay. Yeah.
Second time. Second time. Clean up that corner, please.
Ernie Shavers in his corner, waiting for the bell for the start of round 6, and there it is. This has not been a scintillating fight. For Shavers, fighting is basically a memory and seeking to land the overhand right, to knock out an opponent if he can very quickly. But Ernie has nowhere to go in boxing, and he is such a fine fellow, has such good character. You hate to see him risk possible loss of sight. Earlier we discussed the retinal surgery he underwent, microsurgery it is called technically, performed by the now noted specialist of the Wilmer Eye Institute at Johns Hopkins Hospital in Baltimore, Maryland, Dr. Ron Michaels. Sugar Ray Leonard, who is here, by the way, and whose eye shows visible and steady improvement. His healing process coming along nicely. Sugar Ray now views Dr. Michaels as his personal hero. This is round 6. The action, such as it has been, has clearly slowed.
Combination, you got to get him together. Come on, you.
Tillis moving, staying out of range.
Combination. You stop it. Stay down, combination now. Put them together, man.
Let's get out. Let's get out. Easy, nice and easy. Let's stop laying each other. Okay, let's get out. Let's get out there.
Round 1, Ernie. Put them together. Put them together. You got a short hook there. Put them together, Ernie. Put them together. Turn them loose.
Okay, let's get out. Easy, nice and easy.
Put them together, Ernie. Come on. Together from down there.
All the right.
Put them together, Ernie. One shot.
Now let's get out there. Let's get out. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Okay. Right.
Shoot one shot, Ernie. You got to put them together. Put them together. Put them together. You got to get off him in there while he punching. Come on, put them together. All day long. Put them together. That's it. Stay down.
Yeah. That's a terrible fight. Oh. Ernie Shavers in his corner, being worked over prior to the advent of round 7. Ernie Shavers, whose left eye is already swollen. Such a worrisome thing. It was the left eye that underwent the retinal surgery. Surgery for a detached retina. And Tillis has scored enough points with his quick hands and his boxing effectiveness to have caused first blood to flow from the left nostril and now the left eye swells. And always there is the worry deep in the minds of those who watch and who care. in one blow, caused the retina to become detached again. Wonder why athletic commissions don't simply invoke a law. Not invoke, pass a law or a rule, not allowing men to fight after having suffered detached retinas.
Okay, let's get at it nice and easy.
Lloyd Patterson, member now of the New York State Athletic Commission, has been notable in his fight for the thumbless glove. Dr. Edwin Campbell, chief medical advisor in the New York State Athletic Commission, says that 98% of all fighters' eye injuries come from a thumb in the eye. This fight is following the pattern of prior rounds. Earnie, visibly tired, still dreaming of landing an overhand right that can knock out the opponent. And one must never discount it. This is the 7th round. You remember Ernie's fight here in Las Vegas against Larry Holmes? It was the 7th round, and he had Holmes. He floored him, and Holmes was groggy, could barely stand when he got up. But that was when Ernie's eye was terribly damaged, and Holmes, at that point in time, had great recuperative powers, reassumed command of the fight nicely enough, and it was stopped in the 11th in Holmes's favor.
Cut him off. Put them together now. Get out of there, quick! Get out of there! Get out of there! Get out of there!
Joey Curtis, the referee. It's another point to be made. You wonder why, when heavyweights are fighting, they put in a smallish man to serve as referee. The man must be big enough and strong enough to be able to break these men, to dominate them, not only with his verbal orders, but if need be, with his physical prowess. Right there, he's having trouble breaking.
Okay.
Good point. Soda for me, please. Soda. Yeah. All right, we're at ringside in a 32,000-seat makeshift arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Round 8 is about to start. Round 7 of a pattern with prior rounds, Tillis's quick hands and boxing skills dominating Shavers. Shavers just had his head snapped upwards by Tillis left to the chin, and another, and another. He doubled up and scored both times, and another. Shavers, after the bell in the second round, almost floored Tillis. It was an illegal punch. In the third round, he did score twice with overhand rights, hurt Tillis once, but there have been no knockdowns, and Tillis has atoned for those lapses by completely outboxing Shavers. See for yourselves. His gloves steadily in Shavers' face. Some are picked off, like that one. On balance, he's mostly getting through. have we here?
Let him fight. Let him fight. Throw more punches, will you?
Cut next to Ernie's right eye. Immediately, Joey Curtis. Ernie's back had been to us. We hadn't thus been able to see the cut. But the minute his right eye was cut, Joey Curtis did the wise thing. Went over to the ring doctor. Maybe now you can see the cut. It is beneath the corner of the right eye. So there'll be no loss of vision problem.
I want you to break even.
Since it's below the eye. But it is, again, visible evidence of how Tillis has been scoring his boxing skills, quickness of that left jab with increasing frequency. Now when Ernie throws the overhand right, it is laboriously. It seems to take forever to get to the intended target. And by that time, of course, Tillis is gone.
Put him together, Ernie. Kick from there, Ernie.
Eighth round action, and you hate to see it. Unless there's a miracle, Tillis will have won an easy decision. And you wonder how long Ernie can continue to fight and should.
Hurry up, I'm going to see that.
Figures he needs to be peppered. They're working over Ernie Shaver's right eye, the cut beneath the corner of that right eye. The eye itself is now swelling. The left eye, the one that underwent retinal surgery, already swollen. It's round 9, and Tillis having a boxing exhibition for himself.
Nicely clean, nicely clean.
Most interesting aspect of this fight may have been Angelo Dundee working Tillis's corner. Aggressive, more so, more vocal than I have ever seen him before. Trying to goad his fighter in the manner of maybe Bobby Knight, the Indiana basketball.
Now both hands. Now both hands.
A lot of blood on Tillis's pants. It's Shaver's blood. Tillis is uncut, unmarked. See that left get in there? He doubled on it, got them both in. Shaver's tried with the right, but the snap is no longer there, seemingly. Shaver's desperate. And it's sad to see.
Fucking guy.
Put him together, Ernie. Put him together. Come back with the hook.
Okay, look at that. Nice and easy.
Earnie is now just trying to push the opponent against the ropes, somehow score with the right.
Put the big one in there.
Saw the wild right over the shoulder and behind the head.
Put them together. Come back with the hook, Ernie.
Not any evidence of boxing skills. There was the wild roundhouse right, and he got him! He got him! And Tillis may be gone! We said maybe a miracle. What is this? Tillis jumped up to his feet immediately. When it looked like he may be gone, he jumped to his feet. The first knockdown of the fight. Shaver scored again with a right. Wild roundhouse right. An amateur should be able to get away from a blow like that. And Joey Curtis, the undersized referee, can't separate them. Joey himself has a belly. He's out of shape, covered with sweat, 108-degree temperature in the ring. Tillis is groggy. The legs are rubbery. Shaver senses it. Out of nowhere in the 9th round, looking simply terrible. Shaver's at one point, falling halfway over the ropes. After missing a wild right, he floors it. We'll look at that knockdown again. A big round for Earnie. There's the right. That was it, and he was hurt. One thing you have noticed in this fight, Tillis is easily hurt. He went down, lay on his stomach, his head to the canvas. There it is again, that wild roundhouse, overhand, right. And look at it. It didn't appear that he could possibly rise. He lay there that way. And then just as suddenly and quickly, he got up. Now, Dundee, his face in Tillis's face, working his fighter over, trying to coerce him verbally to do that which he says. The referee, Joey Curtis, deserves a look. He looks more battered than the fighters. This is the 10th and final round. Tillis back to his boxing style, pushing off on Shavers there. He didn't push off last round. He got careless. He thought he had things well in hand. And he is susceptible, we have discovered, very easily to punishment. Series of combinations, scoring heavily for Jim Tillis. We are 50 seconds into the final round. Shaver still looking to connect with the round. And Tillis scores with the right 3 times, 4 times. Now pushing Shavers off. Shaver's right eye has become a bloody mess, over as well as under where the cut originally was. Earnie trying to draw upon some final physical resource, namely that overhand right or that wild roundhouse right. But Tillis is scoring very effectively in this round with his left and right, the left jab again and again, the right combination, and sometimes the right alone. Through 4 consecutive rights that scored on Shavers earlier in the round. Blood again from Ernie's left nostril. You people at home can see that this is not heavyweight quality class. Earnie ready to go down there, hit by a left and a right. A wide open target. This time, Tillis, following Dundee's instructions, has been pushing off the opponent, and he has been scoring at will. Now it's Tillis who's using his body, and he's doing it effectively. We have 30 seconds left in the fight. So the fight has gone the distance.
Come on, Earnie.
Earnie is dead tired. Fight is winding down, and Earnie has to be just as happy as it is. Look at Earnie. fell against the ropes as the fight ended. So we await the decision. When? It's a disgrace. This fight's a disgrace. Tillis is terrible. Tillis can't take a blow.
Yeah, I'm on. Hey, Chet. See how stupid it is to have Lane as the referee of the big fight? A little man, they can't handle it. I'm going to concentrate on that when we come on. The heat and that. He cost Shavers the fight, this referee. Wasn't strong enough, and Mills Lane is even smaller. Doing a heavyweight fight.
Will you help me on with my jacket, Woody?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous decision.
Oh.
Judge Herb Santos scores 96-92. Judge Chuck Maker scores 97-91.
Woody, would you give me a
And
hand?
Judge Lou Devitt scores 96-92 for the winner by unanimous decision, James Quick Tillis.
How could they fool? I mean, isn't that stupid?
Hey, what the hell are they looking at? I wonder...
I mean, that is so stupid.
Shaver.
Turkey. Okay, Kenny Norton with Tom Brookshire. They're bringing the fighters into the middle of the ring now. That's Buddy Basilico, who's done a lot of big heavyweight bouts. He's looking at the gloves. What goes through minds right now? Look at Tiger Williams on the left staring at Earnie Shaver.
Right now it's a socking period. As I stated before, Tom, Earnie can win this fight convincingly. He's in a good shot, in line for a good shot with Ali. However, if Roy Williams can win this fight, it puts him right in the middle of the heavyweight picture. So both men have a lot on the line.
Remember, the man you see right there, Ernie Shavers, 53 wins, 51 knockouts, but 31 of those have been 2 rounds or less. But Tiger Williams has been fired by a lot of people that are big fighters. Frazier, he worked with Frazier and he didn't last. Foreman, Ali, and here we go. 10 rounds and they are heavyweights.
Right, Ernie's been known to be a fast starter. He has good fast hands, quick hands, and he's a very devastating puncher. On the other hand, Roy is kind of a slow starter, and if he can last, say, 5 rounds in this fight, give him a very good chance. And he's a very good puncher. Both men can punch very well.
Man on your left is a giant. That is Tiger Williams from Philadelphia. He is 6'5", 230. He was on the scales yesterday. He's a good left hook, and there it was right there.
Very good counter hook there.
Ernie Shavers is just a dynamite athlete. 6'1". He doesn't look that big next to Tiger. Roy Williams lets out some exclamations once in a while when he punches. You'll hear oohs and ahs.
I think he's been around Joe Frazier's gym quite a bit.
That's right, the Cloverleigh Gym in Philadelphia, and a lot of good fighters work out there, and they don't want to fool with this guy. Jimmy Young comes in there, and Bobby comes in there, and they don't want to get in with the man on your left.
If my memory serves me correct, Roy has beat Jimmy Young.
You're absolutely right, and he gave Larry Holmes a lot of trouble down in Landover, Maryland, where you won your fight. But Ernie Shavers can punch. Let's listen for Tiger Williams and see if we... Ooh. Keeping his hands high. He's a plotter, but his hands are very quick, aren't they? Williams, I'm speaking of.
He has quick hands for a man his size.
Ernie Shavers told me he was a fullback and a tight end in football.
He said he played both ends.
That's right, at the same time. Earnie's on your left. Quick right hand off a good stiff jab, and I'll tell you, he's got a right hand that knock a horse down.
Tom, if I read it correctly, I think Ernie's trying to throw a lot of right hands to the body. He's going to come over with the overhand right momentarily.
And few people have ever gone the distance with Ernie Shaver on your right. Vincent Rondon did it once.
Henry Clark did it once, and he paid for it the second time they fought.
Right before your fight at Yankee Stadium, Ernie knocked out Henry Clark. An impressive win.
There went the overhand right.
Joe Louis is managing the man on your left, Tiger Williams. He does make some noise. Even if he misses you, he's got to scare you. To the body, Shavers. The uppercut didn't do much.
Step out. Out clean.
It seems as though Roy's plan of battle is to let Shavers throw himself out, throw a lot of punches, and hope he tires.
Round one, a little bit slower action than the light heavyweight contest, but a lot riding on this one and a lot of power in every punch. Shavers on your left and Tiger Williams, the giant, on your right. 10 rounds of heavyweight.
I don't know if you noticed it, Tom, or not, but Shavers has sustained a small cut in his right eyebrow. And between the rounds they were working on previously, trying to close it up.
Again, the big man has quick hands, slow feet perhaps, but a good left hook, and he keeps his hands rather high, trying to make sure that Shavers doesn't get to the button. Earnie trying to get inside and maybe get those hands down. If he goes to the body, will the big man's hands automatically come down?
It depends on how good a shape the guy is. If the guy is in good shape, if Roy's in good shape, he'll absorb those body punches for a while. But I think he knows what he's doing.
A big shot for Earnie. He's 31 years old, not getting any younger, and he knows this could really open the door, the bonanza.
Right, as I stated before the fight, if Shavers wins this fight, it puts him in line for a shot with Ali. If Roy Williams can pull his upset off, then he's right in the middle of the heavyweight picture.
Roy Williams only had 2 fights last year. Have people been avoiding this big guy? Is there a reason why he doesn't have more fights? He's only got 26 fights in his whole career.
I think so. He's a dangerous fighter. He's tall, he's strong, he has a lot on the ball. He's worked with a lot of good fighters like Foreman. He's worked with Frazier, and he's very ring-wise.
And he makes great noises when he punches. He'll be on television a lot. If he can win fights, it will help, too.
Now, that wasn't nice.
14 knockouts, though, and 21 wins for Tiger Williams. And he's a Philadelphian, and I kid him a lot about that.
Most Philadelphia fighters are very ring-wise. They know what they're doing. They have good hooks to the bodies. And if you notice, he's covering well. He's rolling with the right hand.
He's supposed to be able to really take a good punch, which we're going to find out about today. Second round action, and he pushes away Earnie Shavers, who's only 208. Tiger is 230 and growing.
He's had an up-and-down career. He has to work along with fighting, and it's kind of hurt his career. And Joe Louis just over his managerial contract.
Joe Louis thinks he really may have a coming fighter that Kenny Norton may have to worry about. He would be a big one to fight, wouldn't he? Round 2 now, and you can count down the seconds. Earnie hasn't thrown the big bombs that we've normally seen within 2 rounds with him. Tried one there.
He's throwing the big bombs, they're just not effective as yet.
Former AAU champion, Earnie Shavers. An all-around athlete, now coming out of Ohio.
This is going to be a long night.
On the right, Joe Louis is up there. Right here. Our man on the left. There's Joe with the little lady is standing in our way, which I don't mind, except Joe Louis working on the big fellow Williams is something to see. Look at Joe. Look at this man, huh?
Right, he just signed Roy up, and he thinks he has a good heavyweight in Roy, and I think he does.
God, isn't Joe Louis a lot of fun? Isn't he a great man?
Marvelous person.
Like to be around him. These two could care less right now. Williams and Shaver, round 3. And Shavers usually by now is already in his robe thinking about his latest knockout victim. Not today. We're live, by the way, from Vegas. Look how small Earnie Shavers looks at 6'1", 208. Trying to get those hands down so he can go
How you lock, step back.
for the head.
Roy Williams is fighting a very good defensive fight. He's catching the punches with his gloves. He's rolling away from it. He's pulling away well. He's catching the body with his elbows.
He's got a good left hand, Kenny. You know it? The big fella.
High break, step out. Get out.
He has what you call a dragging hook. Shavers will lead him. He'll lean backwards and throw a hook as he's going backwards. That's called a dragging hook.
And Ernie's big punch, that straight right hand after he jabs sometimes, and he'll be hitting it uphill at this guy. But he's got a right hand. The crowd now cheering because the heavyweights are mixing.
All right, break it up. Out we go. Stop punching.
Roy's trying to let Ernie Shavers do all the work here, trying to tire him out.
High break. Out we go.
Roy Williams is 29 years old. He is at the crossroads of what could be a very lucrative career, too.
A new face in the heavyweight pitcher.
High break. Step out.
Two knockout artists, and in round 3, uppercut misses. Shavers is trying to be able to swing overhand enough to get it up to the elevation where Williams' head is. Tiger Williams can take a punch.
He's a good defensive fighter. Notice he's not really getting hit with that much. He's catching them on his elbows. He's rolling away from them. Catching them on his gloves.
And Kenny, I was told he's one of the great gymnasium fighters of all time. That sometimes the bright lights are what for some reason cause a lackluster performance. But he can really box in the gym day in, day out.
Well, he's not doing bad here today.
That's right. Third ranking WBA contender is Ernie Shavers, who takes a pretty good shot. Are the punches strong by Williams?
I think the noise right now is a little bit heavier than the punches.
High break. Step out.
He has to be a long puncher because of that tremendous reach. But they don't look like they're tremendously heavy at the end.
High break. Step out.
Shavers the aggressor, trying to get the hands down. Honey Bench, Angie Dickinson, Joe Frazier, Phyllis George, Linda Carter, and Kenny Norton. Ken, you're going to be in with some nice people.
Hey, I'm getting up in the world.
Super night at the Super Bowl right here on CBS. January the 8th, 9:30 to 11, and right before a big contest, big football game. Here we are, round 4. 2 heavyweights, and the crowd wants to see more action. Let's see if they get their wish. Shavers on the left. Tiger Williams on your right. Right uppercut lands by Ernie Shavers, who is really putting heat on right now.
High break. Stop punching.
Basilico had to try to break him up.
This is round 4, and they say the Shavers tires in 5 and 6 for Williams. I think that's what Roy Williams is banking on. If it's not right, he's in a world of trouble.
Tiger Williams said that he considers Ernie Shavers an amateur, and I'm sure he was just jesting.
It was more or less a psychological thing. He was trying to get Ernie upset so he would go out and just try to bang and take him out and burn up the energy.
Tiger Williams hoping the tremendous, devastating punches of Shavers will lessen somewhat if he can hang around long enough. And he is. Boy, he's big. If he just leans on you, you get tired. He's using the ropes a lot to the far side of the ring now. Shavers is trying to get those hands down. The big man just blocks him off. No rope-a-dope, but he is definitely on defense right now. Look at the back on Shavers. Look at the bill on. Good left hook by Earnie.
And I guess that proves that Roy Williams can take a punch.
And he leans back. You have to go a long way. You have to go to the upper deck to get a punch to land. He's so tall at 6'5". Shavers is trying. Roy just walks him back out across the ring.
There we go. Step back.
Round 4, live from Vegas.
Ernie weighs 210. Roy weighs, what, 230?
230.
That's a lot of weight to push around.
Right hand misses by Williams. Are those good punches, Kenny Norton?
Any punch that lands is a good punch. I don't think it's really, they're not heavy punches. He's placing them well.
Over the head, right hand right down on him. Now Earnie Shavers comes right back. They're on the ropes right above us. Boy, Tiger Williams doesn't get excited about much, does he?
That size, you don't have to get excited.
He's so big, he just has a feeling he's going to stay long enough to find out. Now he bounces a little bit. Earnie just right after him. Coming on in. Blocked on the elbow. The uppercut misses.
He can't afford to get too lackadaisical, though, because Earnie can punch.
Closing seconds. You're going to perhaps hear a boo from this crowd. Round 4. We'll be back with more boxing action after this word from your local station.
This is CBS.
Corey. Get a real deep.
32 and 50 seconds. At the tone, standing time will be...
Round 5. Ernie Shaver with his back to you. And big Tiger Williams from Philadelphia on the right side of your screen. The only people that have knocked Ernie Shavers out, we know of 2 of them, Jerry Quarry and Ron Stander. And you actually beat both those fighters. Right, Ken?
I had a very good night that night. I was very lucky.
What we're saying is that Ernie Shavers, in 59 bouts, is a very difficult man to knock out himself. He is tough, and he's been there before. He's 31 years old, and this is a big chance for Ernie Shavers.
It's also a big chance for Roy Williams. Unknown, going fighting against what? The number 5 ranked heavyweight in the world?
Absolutely. Let's let some of this action carry itself now, and you're going to hear the punches. Let you be the judge. Right hand by Shavers, but Tiger might have been moving away from him.
He was moving away a little, but then again, Ernie's going to punch himself out.
Ernie Shavers putting on the attack. And Tiger just disdaining. He just keeps moving back to the other rope. Little stiff jab by Ernie, and watch the right hand after the jab. Is Tiger Williams reluctant, or is he just playing possum? That's what we got to decide.
Whatever Ernie throws, he hurts you. Ernie Shavers is a very devastating puncher. Whatever he hits you with, it hurts. He's a whole hand rights, and he's moving 230 pounds around.
20 first-round knockouts by the man with his back to you.
All right, out we go, boys.
And we're in round 5. Tiger Williams, not exactly the most aggressive heavyweight, but a big one. And a vocal one.
He's making a lot of noise, but there's nothing on any of those punches. Nothing at all. That was a good hook.
Yeah, he moved Earnie all the way over. He is a massive, massive athlete. He's 29. He's not a youngster. Into round 5. Williams having a pretty good round here against Earnie, who stayed right on top of him most of the fight. Trying to cross that right hand over, but Ernie staying inside. They both look a little tired.
I don't see why Williams is tired.
He's been catching. Earnie might punch himself out, as you said, but he's going to go that way. He's not going to let it go any other way. We're counting down in round 5 of 10. The big man now countering to end round 5. Mr. Norton, do your thing. Give me the 2 heavyweights on this.
Okay, here you go. The same thing. Those are the good hooks by Roy Williams. But I think that the main thing he's doing here, he's making Shavers work, make him do all the work, make him carry the rounds. And he's hoping that later on in the fight, which is the latter rounds, that he'll Shavers will tire out and Roy Williams will take over.
on the 5-point must system, will he actually be penalized a little bit for not being more aggressive? The man on your left I'm talking about, Williams.
He'll be penalized a little, but he hasn't been warned by the referee, so therefore he can't be really penalized that much.
Okay, round 6. Ooh, a big hook coming out by Tiger Williams. Another one.
Let's get off.
Earnie Shavers wrapping the left hand around the larger, taller man's neck. Ernie's having to punch uphill. Does that bother you if you're a heavyweight, if you're punching somebody taller?
It takes a little of your power away because you have to reach up.
Here we go. Hold it. Stop punching.
How come Joe Frazier was so great?
That's a very good question. Joe Frazier was a very devastating, he was smart. The referee fell. Everybody missed that.
Everybody liked it, though. Earnie almost slipped out.
And the referee goes down.
Buddy Basilico, formerly of New York City, now living out here, slipped and got the biggest hand of the day. Tiger Williams is having a good round now, round number 6, and it looks like Tiger may have been using that ploy, being a little defenseless early.
I think it was fairly obvious. I don't see why Earnie didn't see that or his corner didn't see it. It's been said that Earnie Shavers could only fight about 5 or 6 rounds and he tired.
Would he get uppercut by Earnie Shavers right above us, and Williams' head snapped back.
But with a punch like Earnie Shavers, he can knock you out at any time. He has that power, and he has the hook, he has the right hand. So you can't get too lackadaisical.
3 sharp punches by Tiger Williams. Ernie's not letting much room get between them. Silico has to part him again. Oh, he's got a good hook, that Williams does.
That's good. Good. In the middle.
Marks it out like a quarterback.
Come on, man. Let him visit. Come on, Roy. Come on, Roy. Let's go.
But he's a better puncher than any quarterback I've ever seen.
Come on, man.
Tiger Williams, each fighter has some big fights perhaps in his future, but they've got to win this one.
Fighters in a must situation, Tom.
Shavers staggered by that left hook. And they're right above us. And I'm telling you, Williams is a gigantic person.
They say he's 6'3", but he looks more like 6'5".
Yeah, they stretch him up, make him stand up tall. He's 6'5". Shavers missing, but now he's going after him. Williams just countering with his back to the rope. With his back to the ropes. Rallied at the bell. Ernie Shavers' face, his arms look like they are swollen almost. Can a heavy-armed guy punch himself out? Is Ernie in trouble maybe now?
I think Ernie is an individual who uses weights. And after a period of time during the fight, they tend to knot up on you. Your muscles have to be relaxed, and that way you can carry them for full 10 rounds or whatever, 15 rounds. But Ernie's muscles are hard and tight.
Roy Williams is a big, tall, fairly supple-looking athlete, and he's coming out for round 7 after a good round 6 against Shavers. 5-point must system in Nevada. 3 judges, the referee, in this case Basilico, does not vote. Chopping right hands. Ooh, good right hand by Shavers.
Very good right hand. He's still forcing the action.
He doesn't look arm weary to me, nor to Williams. Ernie again applying the pressure. Waiting in round 7 for the bomb. Both are knockout punchers, and they're both still there in round 7. Shavers punching uphill, but trying to carry it. Ooh, almost got one on solid. Ernie Shavers is carrying the action. The Tiger Williams on the ropes.
Look at his arm. He's getting arm weary. Tiger Williams can last this round. I think the next round he's going to start taking charge. He'll have to take charge. I'm stepping now.
And the punch is a little bit rounder than perhaps Earnie Shavers normally throws, right?
They're quite a bit rounder, and you notice when he lands, there's not that snap to it anymore. That's crispness.
Remember that if Earnie Shavers lands a clean punch, somebody goes down. Same for Tiger Williams, and he's got the big left hook. Don't forget it.
And he's got 230 pounds behind him.
All right, I would stop watching.
We're also going to find out if the weight can be a luxury or maybe a load.
Come on, back up. Don't let him out.
Shavers is getting very fatigued.
Earnie Shaver getting shoved away by Williams' open glove.
All right, let me go. Stop punching.
The referee has a tough fight to work. He's trying to part two guys that are very strong.
Good right hand by Shavers.
Shavers still carrying the action. We still keep saying he's arm weary, but he is the man that's responsible for most of it. There, he's landing now, late in round 7 here.
He's responsible for 90% of the action so far. Without him, there wouldn't be a fight so far.
Earnie Shavers looking for the big chance. And he's doing a job right here in the closing moments in round 7. It's supposed to go 10. I wonder if it will. Right hand by Williams.
Hands up.
From Arizona, right here on CBS. Kenny, the shorter man is doing all the leather slinging.
But he's forcing all the action. He's punching up, but his punches aren't as crisp as they were before. He's laboring more now to get the punches off.
Okay, round number 8.
And we'll soon find out whether Mr. Roy Williams' strategy works or not.
Round 8, nobody thought it would go this far. Ooh, Shavers jumps at him coming right out. Now he's going to wait for the big guy to come off the ropes a little bit. Maybe he should have done this earlier. But then there wouldn't have been a fight. Earnie Shavers is an expert at cutting off the ring. The problem here was trying to cut off the ropes so he could get to his opponent. Right hand by Tiger Williams. Right hand lands by Earnie Shavers.
Very good right hand. I think that now that Roy Williams has been waiting long enough and he's going to take charge, he'll start right now. He should start forcing the action and making Earnie work harder.
Remember, Jimmy Young used the ropes against Muhammad Ali rather successfully in a losing cause. That's what Williams has been trying to do. Earnie Shavers knows where Williams is going to be, right in front of him on the ropes usually. I wonder if Earnie Shavers has enough left to do the job at this stage.
That's a very good question. I'd say that he's trying like heck to do it. And the question is, what is Roy Williams going to do? He hasn't forced the action yet. He hasn't done any heavy punches. And Ernie's been in charge throughout the fight. That was a good hook by Roy Williams.
And he goes back to the body, but he doesn't throw but about 1 or 2 punches at a time. Got to tie him together, and Earnie Shavers won't let him do that, won't allow it.
All right, out we go.
Round 8. 2 knockout artists, and they're still out there. What kind of shape are they in? We're going to find out that too, Kenny. From the Aladdin Hotel.
Come on, hands up, Ernie.
I think Roy Williams is working hard on defense and Shavers is on offense.
Pretty good jab by Williams, who now is out in the middle of the ring. Now he goes back over. Here comes Earnie.
Roy has a very good jab and he has very good combinations. I don't see why he doesn't use them more often.
I'll tell you, Earnie Shavers acts like a fullback. He's got his head down, running at Williams most of this fight to try to get something going.
And he's tired. Ernie Shavers caught a good hook and landed a good right hand.
Right uppercut by Williams. Didn't have too much on it. Pretty good body hook by Williams. And now Williams doing some stuff. Okay, closing seconds of round 8. Each fighter tired and each punching now. Round 9. A big hook by Williams, who, by the way, has never been knocked out. Nobody's ever stretched him and finished him. And Ernie Shavers trying to do it here in Vegas live.
So far in this fight, Williams is not in any action, and he's let Shavers do most of the action.
Good hook. 2 good hooks by Roy Williams, who is a Tiger right now. And Ernie Shavers is backed into the neutral corner. And another hook by Williams. Shavers missing. Williams landing. And he is big. Maybe he's been waiting. 2 right-hand shots.
He's going to have to do more, though, Tom. Shavers is tired and he's waiting for punches. Roy Williams now can pick his punches, but he has to do more and he has to initiate more action.
Let's see if Roy tired himself out with that spurt here in opening seconds of round 9. It's still way over 2 minutes left, and here comes Shavers right back in where he's been living. Tiger Williams comes out with that good snapping left hook. Now it's backed off a little bit. Joe Louis never backed off.
He's watching his protege now.
29 years old, a 230-pounder in the 9th round against Ernie Shaver, who's just made a steal.
Ernie is about punching him out. He's very fatigued. Right now, Roy Williams has to initiate the action to take over the fight. If not, no, there wouldn't have been the fight without Shavers. I think that if he doesn't initiate something now, I think Joe Louis has been a bad puncher.
Good point. Williams has to prove that he's that big puncher in top-notch competition. And Ernie's allowed him a heck of a chance to try it. Here's Shavers right down there working again, and he's tired in the arms.
Ernie is definitely tired, but he has a lot of determination. He's still fighting, throwing the big punches, and he's pressing the action. Whereas Roy Williams is still laying back, accepting the action, not doing anything constructive.
Hands up, Ernie. Come on, knock it out.
Good hook by Tiger Williams, and I mean he snaps it off. He has quick hands still. To the body, a right hand over the top of it by Williams.
Shavers is hurt.
Another right hand, 2 right hands by Tiger Williams. Joe Louis must have talked to his fighter.
Shavers is hurt, and Roy Williams will not take advantage of it.
Right hand lead by Williams. Another one. 6'5", 230 pounds, and Tiger Williams is now in control of this fight in the 9th round.
Shavers is sleeping.
Shavers is weary and punching at the bell. All right, let's look at some of the action now. This is what we've been expecting from Tiger Williams, Kenny.
Right, he's finally forcing the action. Ernie right here, I think, is sleeping. He's trying to get off one good punch. He's very fatigued. But I can't see why that Roy Williams doesn't force the action. Now, Ernie is definitely tired. He's arm weary. And Roy has been accepting all the punishment so far. So he should initiate the action now and either do or die this round.
All right, here it is, round 10. They'll touch up and go at it. Williams, very aggressive. A right hand by Williams, and Shavers is back into the neutral corner. Right up on the mouthpiece. Tiger Williams is really after this now. The finish is almost here. Ernie Shavers is in trouble, trying to hold on. Oh, Tiger Williams. Basilico now can't stop it. He's watching it. 6'5", Tiger Williams from Philadelphia. Standing knockdown right above us now. Basilico is counting out, making sure that Ernie Shavers can't continue.
Ernie should now try to stay close and last this round. If he can last this round, he has a good chance.
Tiger Williams throwing big punches now, suddenly activated.
Good run here by Shavers.
Each fighter holding on now. As Williams thought he had it made. He's staggering. Shavers looking for the big one, misses the fighter.
Men are tired.
Tiger Williams just hit Ernie Shavers from behind. Basilico fight or finish? That's what we're wondering. Now Ernie Shavers is trying to get back control.
Ernie's showing a lot of determination. A lot of determination.
Oh, he was almost down a standing 8 count, and now he's back. And Roy Williams is holding on. Round 10. And Tiger Williams saved the best for last, maybe. Uppercut by Shaver, just made it. You can't call timeout in boxing. It's all out there. A left and a right by Shaver. And the crowd loves it.
Shavers is now winning the round.
Oh, a left and a right by Shaver. Got a good left. Ernie Shavers has come back from nowhere. Don't tell me Ernie Shavers doesn't have a heart. Right above us. And Tiger Williams is now having a standing 8 count. And Shavers goes to the neutral corner. What a finish, back and forth. And Williams is down. Ernie Shavers has won this fight in the 10th and final round. He better be happy, and people better be happy with Ernie Shavers. What a win. Way to go. What a fantastic comeback. The first time anybody was down, it was Tiger Williams in the 10th round. We'll be back with a brief talk in the ring. Kenny Norton and Ernie Shavers. The winner, Ernie Shavers over Tiger Williams. An exciting finish to a dull heavyweight fight. The winner is Ernie Shavers. Mike Rossman won that first light heavyweight fight. And so for Pat Summerall and Kenny Norton, this is Tom Brookshire saying so long from the Aladdin Theater for Performing Arts in Las Vegas, Nevada.